We have two fabulous guests that have joined us this evening, all the way from New York City. They stayed up past their bedtime tonight to come and hang out with us here in Las Vegas, where the weather is warm and the sun is shining. I'm so excited to introduce our two fabulous guests this evening. So very briefly, I'm going to give you a bio on each of them so you can learn a little bit more if you have not done so already, and then we'll get right into the concert tonight. First off, let me introduce to you Neshama Carlebach. She is an award-winning singer, songwriter, and educator who has performed and taught in cities around the world. A six-time entrant in the Grammy Awards and winner and four-time Independent Music Awards nominee for her most current release, Believe, Neshama has sold over 1 million records, making her one of today's best-selling Jewish artists in the world. And if you have not heard this album, Believe, let me tell you, I've been listening to it non-stop the last few days. This is definitely something that you need to pick up, and we'll give you all the links and everything to that right after the concert. Neshama has been a cornerstone of major Jewish music festivals around the US and globally, performing in front of thousands at countless concerts and gatherings for audiences of all ages and backgrounds. As a teenager, she performed alongside her father, the late Rabbi Shlomo Carlebach. As the first then Orthodox woman of her generation to perform for a mixed gender audience, Neshama has sparked public conversations with brave forays into the place of women in Judaism and today's world. Neshama, as I spoke, she lives in New York City with her husband, the gentleman to her left, or to her right, our left, Rabbi Menachem Creditor, and their 5 children. 5 children. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about Rabbi Creditor. Rabbi Menachem Creditor serves as the Pearl and Ira Mayer Scholar in Residence at UJA Federation, New York, and was the founder of Rabbis Against Gun Violence, a frequent speaker in communities and campuses around the United States and Israel, with over 1 million views of his online videos and essays. He was named by Newsweek as one of the 50 most influential rabbis in America. His 21 books and 6 albums of original music include the global Jewish anthem, Olam Chesed Yibaneh. You know this song. And the Rabbis Against Gun Violence anthology, None Shall Make Them Afraid, which you should know that song too. He has been involved in the leadership of American Jewish World Service, AIPAC, the Rabbinical Assembly, and the One America Movement, an organization dedicated to bringing together Americans of all different faiths and opinions. As I stated, they live in New York City. I'm not going to hold them up any longer. Ladies and gentlemen, please bring a big smile, big energy through the computer to my friends, Neshama Carlebach and Rabbi Menachem Creditor.
Hi, everyone. Thank you. You're awesome. That was a lot to talk about. You read well. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Thanks for your patience with our technical stuff. This is a very new world for everybody. We're all deeply confused. So thank you for bearing with us. We're really, really happy to be with you tonight. We're connecting with you. We're thinking about you, and we're loving you from where we are.
It's very good to be back in your community. It's been a number of years. The Rabbinical Assembly Convention actually once visited your shul, and that was my last chance to be physically present. It's good to be virtually where you are. Maybe one day soon we'll be blessed to connect. This is another place I haven't been, but never, actually. I've never been to Scotland, but this first song that we're going to sing, I call the Scottish Nigun because it just feels like that. If you've been to Scotland or you're from Scotland, you'll have to let me know if I got it right. But this is my best attempt to channel a place I've never been, but I try to imitate the accent sometimes when no one's listening. Here we go.
We're listening.
Okay.
We have way too many inside jokes, friends.
We got a bunch.
Really, it's terrible.
But speaking of inside things, we hear that one of the things your community enjoys is hearing love stories. And it happens to be that today is a very special day for us. We had 2 weddings. One of them was last minute. On the way to a gig, we each had gigs in New York before we got married, so it was 2 years ago. 2 years ago today. We called a friend who's a rabbi in New York, and we said, "What are you doing?" He said, "What do you mean?" And we said, "Well, we'd like to get married." So last minute, we got married, but that's not the whole story. That's just why today is special. So we thought we'd share briefly how we got together, and it leads into our next song. You get to start.
I'm so wordy when it comes to our story. I'll try to keep it brief. Basically, we've actually never told it publicly before. So
oh, it's true.
It's true.
Oh, this is our first time telling.
I think the reason our story is bad. I mean, every story is special, and every love story is inspirational, and joy is rare in our world. But I think the reason that ours is really special is because, well, I don't want to speak for Menachem ever, but I had completely given up on love for me. I'd had really hard marriage, really hard few relationships. I wasn't doing very well with relationships, and I was really cool. Like, I got to the point where I was with my children. I have 2 boys. I was very happy. I was good. I was ready to never love anyone ever again, and I was totally fine with that. And Menachem was my rabbi, and my friend. We had become friends after many years of him just, I'll define our old relationship, basically. And the way I met him is because he hired me for a gig, so that's really cool. Basically, I'd call, and I'd say, "Hi, how are you?" He'd say, "Great, how are you?" And then I would talk for an hour, and then we'd hang up, and he was like, he gave me all the greatest advice, and he was present for me. So that was our first iteration of our relationship. And then I became like the divorce expert. So he called and asked my advice, and I was like, what? Because he was the smartest person in the world, and I didn't, I had divorce wisdom.
I was the smartest person from a very subjective standard.
That's true.
And I turned to my friend, Neshama, for wisdom. And she helped me through some really hard times too. And we hadn't seen each other for 9 years. From the time that she came to perform, we didn't see each other over all those years of seeking advice and friendship from each other. What I thought was friendship and she thought was rabbinic advice. And then actually just 3.5 years ago, 3 years ago, we just changed the way we spoke to each other. Just something clicked and we started speaking romantically to each other. And we still hadn't seen each other. And we fell in love, and I was a rabbi in California and Neshama was in Brooklyn. And it was very scary because it was so beautiful already and we were so far apart. And when we finally decided to give it a shot, a gig out of nowhere came to Neshama to bring her to California.
Literally out of nowhere. It was Tuesday of one week. And then I got a call, would you come to LA this weekend? It was like literally then. And we had just decided we should try to meet. And so I said to them, I'll fly into LA and out of San Fran. And they were like, okay, they didn't know that it was life-changing. So I went to see him.
And it was Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I had a speaking gig. And as I walked out, Neshama had just gotten to that place from the airport.
He totally set it up. It was like this pier. It was the morning.
The sun was shining.
The sun and the water.
And we hadn't seen each other in 9 years, and we were already in love, and we hugged. And that hug lasted forever. It is still going on. It was a sensational beginning of a beautiful life.
And then we laughed. We laughed. We laughed and laughed and laughed. It was awesome. That was my favorite part.
And not too long after that, Neshama surprised me under our chuppah with this song that I wrote, but I had been singing alone. And I don't have to sing alone anymore. It is a really, really gorgeous way for us to share not only our story, but that moment with you on one of our anniversaries. This is Yedid Nefesh. We sing it Friday nights, and I love you.
I love you.
Thanks, Daniel. All right, everybody. Here we go.
Enough of that. Okay.
בכל עיני כי מעולם. היי ליי 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 היי ליי 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 היי ליי 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 היי ליי ליי היי ליי 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 ידיד נפש.
Thank you. How's everyone doing? We cannot see your responses.
We don't know how you are, but we hope you are happy.
We'd like to know how you are. We're actually on Zoom, so we don't see any chats, but feel free to chat us, and hopefully we will hear spiritually. So I wanted to... Should we do that now?
Yeah.
I should?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll give you a break.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
The great Neshama Carlebach.
Oh, whatever. Hi, everyone. See my studio? I have my son's phone. He's not happy with me right now. The only reason that I can sing to tracks is because I literally abscond with his phone. It's very sad. So he's upstairs mad, but I'm happy we're here. Really, really honored to be with you and thankful that somehow through time and space we can be together this way, even though I'm just looking at a screen. I'm reaching out to be near you so that we can all be near each other. This is a song called How Long. It's really like, How Long for me is a screaming out from the inside of my soul about the injustice of the world. I think it's really hard to understand why there is cruelty in the world, hard to understand why people don't care more. And How Long is a song about why are we waiting for change to happen. And there's so much to be read right now, so many brilliant things about this great pause, about this moment of breath and hoping and praying that somehow this moment creates the change that humanity has needed. So how long? We are so good at waiting, aren't we? We're so good at sitting and waiting. And, you know, culturally, the Jews are so great at that. Complaining while we wait, too. That's also something we excel at. But how long until we get it together? And I'm praying that it's, you know, who knows? Who knows when any of this will shift again? But this is just what I have in my heart. So here's How Long. All it takes is a moment to turn things around. All it takes is a moment to feel love about. I want to feel that feeling. I want to know that place. I want to hear the answers. I want to see your face. How long until we give love unconditionally? Until we see each life as holy? Until we get there, will we get there? Till we take your words to hearts. How long? How long? All it takes is a moment to truly understand. I want to stand beside you. I want to make amends. I want to see your inside. I want to be your friend. Oh, how long till we give love unconditionally? Until we see each life as holy. Until we get there, will we get there? Till we take your words to hearts. How long, how long? Oh, how long, how long? Until we become a world at peace, till we lay down our arms and let the warring cease, until we break the silence that breaks the hearts of children crying, of hungry dying. How long? How long? How long till we give love unconditionally? Until we see each life as holy. Until we get there, will we get there? Till we take your words to hearts. How long, how long? Oh, how long, how long? Oh, how long, how long? Oh, oh, how long, how long? All it takes is a moment. Thanks. Hi, everyone. Thank you. That one makes me cry. So I wanted to sing one more for you from the record, and then my Menachem will come back. We feel, my team and I, Beth Stiles, our producer, the writer of all this gorgeous music, Jackie Tepper, my business partner and executive producer, our band, our choir, the gorgeous people who have lifted us and supported us all these years. We are so, so honored that we were, yes, a 4-time nominee in the Independent Music Awards. And last week, this song, Believe, won. It was crazy. I still can't believe that it won. I must tell you the truth. I'm still kind of in shock. You know, it's okay. It's fine. But it won. We won the Vox Pop Award, the Voice of the People Award, for adult contemporary for this vocal for Believe in the adult contemporary category, which is such a huge honor, and mostly what I've been feeling this whole time, and I'm so overwhelmed by sort of the acknowledgement from the greater, you know, like breaking out of our, you know, I call my niche market sometimes like the Horton Hears a Who, and it's like underneath a rock, which is under a rock, which is under another rock, and there we are, like, you know, all our Jews. So to kind of come out into the world and be acknowledged by the industry is an incredible honor for us. But most of all, in this time of challenge and quarantine, we all just feel so blessed that this message of believing can be heard. Because so many people just don't know what to believe in. And I don't know if you feel that way. I wish I could chat with you and see what you're feeling, what you're thinking, what you're going through. What are you grateful for? I hope you're grateful. I hope you're waking up in the morning acknowledging life within you and around you, even if you don't feel it all the time, even if you're sad, even if you're alone. My mother is alone. I feel it so acutely. People who wish they were alone. No, we're laughing just a little bit. It's a lot of us in this house. So believe. May the day come when we see heaven in each other's eyes. I close my eyes so I can see all that can be. Sometimes when you open your eyes and you see the world, it's really, really hard to dream, really, really hard to hope, really hard to believe, because we're so crushed at what we're seeing. This moment is crushing, friends, for all of us. And yet here we are, and yet we are holding on to each other, and yet there are dolphins coming back, and the trees are rejuvenating, and the earth is breathing, and thank you, universe, for that. So this is Believe. Thank you for your support, Daniel and Vegas community. We love you so much, and may we just keep believing and singing and breathing and holding on to each other in moments like this when we need each other the most. Let us light these lights for the world tonight. Let our hearts unite in the light, in the light. In every song, awakening, and I believe the source is love. I believe. Don't give up on everything you've dreamed. It's closer than it seems. Who among us hasn't hoped or prayed that there would come a day, and that day will make love light up the sky, and that day we'll see heaven in each other's eyes. I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe. I close my eyes so I can see all that can be. each other's eyes. Do you see? Believe. 'Cause I believe. I believe. Let us light these lights for the world tonight. Let our hearts unite in the light, in the light, in the light, in the light. Sing with us wherever you are. In the light, in the light, in the light, in the light. I believe. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and love, and come on, husband. Come on. Come on back.
Hi, everybody. We got 2 more for you tonight. We're staying up late. Our kids don't have a bedtime anymore, but we do. And for you, we'll extend it. So here we go. This is a tefillah, a prayer that we say in the morning. It's really a stunning one where we ask God, more than anything else, to be together with us, to be with me, be with us. And, you know, I have the honor as scholar in residence at UJA of convening 9 o'clock in the morning Eastern Time every morning on our Facebook page, a community that seems to be growing, and it tells me that what I feel is shared, which is the desire to be with each other. And when I see people present on a digital platform, it becomes very real, so much so that when it's a Zoom meeting or a class and I watch the faces go away, I really feel the leave taking. I really feel the sudden absence, which means that the presence that we offer each other on these kinds of platforms is real. It's a new normal, and it's complicated for sure. But it's beautiful, isn't it? That we can be with you so instantaneously and offer our hearts through a screen, yes, but heart to heart. So we offer this to you because we mean it, and it might be something that you feel, and we love being with you. We love being with each other and sharing that heart way beyond the boundaries of any home. So, this is Yehi Ratzon. Good thing I stopped. It was the wrong key.
It's his song, by the way.
I mean, I think I wrote this one. Be with me, be with me every day. Be with me, ratzon milfanecha Adonai Elohai Elohei avotai Yehi ratzon milfanecha שתצילני היום ובכל יום. Be with me, be with me, be with me every day. Be with me, be with me, be with me every day. Be with me, be with me, be with me every day.
It was, I think, the first time we sang that was really romantic, and now it's like, oh God, we're so trapped here.
Be with me every
Every
day.
day. I love you, baby.
I love you too.
I love you.
You know, one of the things that we've been sharing, it was very powerful because I've admired Neshama's art for a very, very long time. And she's thought of me as a rabbi and friend for some time too. We appreciate each other's work in the world, but we made the decision early on in our relationship not to sing together in this way, not to teach. It's not that we don't love it, we do. But it's so interesting in this moment of constriction, of being home with the people we love, but so intensely in ways that no one ever means to be. It actually is such a moment of learning for us. So the first time that we shared music together, we did it once we were quarantined, once everyone was home again. And it happened right after our first fight. And it's important for us to share that. We've learned from others that us sharing that moment of our story has been useful for others who are home. So if you're home alone, that doesn't mean that there aren't people who feel too close to you. But when you're not alone, when you're home with others, it's a new moment for relationships, for forgiveness, for kindness. And I'm not saying that I'm great at it. I'm saying that this moment of vulnerability is important for us to name and share, and music allows that, and humor helps. So even though it isn't the kind of blessing that I knew I would want to offer, I want to offer our model of trying hard, of learning what it is to be together in this intense, nonstop way. And so maybe the be with me is be with me, but I'm okay right now.
Dudes, I hung up a sheet. So you don't know our house, but my office. Can I not?
Of course, you must.
Thank you, I must. So my office is literally right off the kitchen, and until now it's just been kind of one open. So I nailed a bed sheet to the wall. And I'm sure there's a lot of you out there who could think of some very bad jokes about the sheet. But I hung up the sheet, and for whatever reason that gave me just a little bit of personal space.
Yeah.
And yes.
Be with me every
Be with me.
day.
I know, it's so funny because we've sung it a few times, but it was like just that one time I was like, oh my God, this is horrible.
All right.
I know. Okay, we're done. We love you.
We do.
We do. We have one more song.
We do.
Yes.
And the song actually is about love. It's one that you might know. It's one that we sang together. But before we got together, it was a song that I wrote for our oldest child, my daughter, who's now 18. And she was born in the months following 9/11. And I knew that I wanted there to be a song that I wrote for her, special for her. And because 9/11 happened right before she was born, I got very scared for the world. I mean, we all did. What kind of world was I bringing a child into? Does the world deserve my child? Does the world deserve anyone's children? And that's a question that I do ask sometimes, and I'm a student of my daughter just for her being born with such life force. Our children, our five, your children, every child, is an entire universe just waiting to be realized. This moment makes it clearer than ever, because look at how much energy our children have. They just need to bust out of confinement to recreate the world with their friends, with their hearts under the sun. These words poured out of me as I carried my daughter Ariel up and down the block, and I was just waiting for a song to happen, and it came fully formed into me, which means it wasn't mine. It just happened through me. At her Simchat Bat, at her naming, was the first time the song was sung, and Neshama has sung this song in some really intense places, including Auschwitz, including Mount Fuji, and we sing it at home now. We sing about love. The Hebrew for this song is Olam Chesed Yibaneh, and our understanding of it, the English words that I wrote are, I will build this world from love, and you must build this world from love. And then if we build this world from love, then God will build this world from love. And the world has never needed to be rebuilt so badly as it does right now. There have, of course, been moments that we have seen as a people and the world has experienced globally. But this one is one that we are feeling viscerally every moment, with every headline and every call from a friend and every status update. And so from a place of commitment to the health of the world, we are offering our hearts to you. And we want to say thank you to your shul, to your community, for having us. And the song comes, from the most primal, raw, and hopeful place. And so I hope that wherever you are, you'll sing with us.
And we love you, truly. We're with you in these moments. Big time. Big time, you're never alone.
So may we be blessed to be in the same space, healthy and safe, so that we can share this love eye to eye. But for now, we know that you're there, and it means the world to us that we get to share this with you. So this is Olam Chesed Yibaneh. God will build this world from love. Olam chesed, olam chesed yibane. Na 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 na. Olam chesed yibane. Na 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 na. Olam chesed yibane. Na 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 na. Olam chesed yibane. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Thank you for having us. Thank you, Daniel, for taking care of us. Thank you for sharing the music and the hope that this music is meant to represent. And we cannot wait to sing with you in person sometime very, very soon.
We love you. Please take care. Be well. Be masked. My good friend Avram Lotik says, stay sanitized. And like full credit because that is brilliant. Sanitized, friends. Stay here. Eyes on the light. We're going to get through.
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. I hope everyone is standing in their home and they are standing up, cheering and clapping and just loving it. Thank you so much, Neshama and Menachem, for sharing your talent, your love, and your evening with us. To see the love that you guys are radiating between each other is definitely a true pleasure for all of us to watch. It's your music that is helping us through this isolated time. And your words of inspiration are lifting us all up. I know your time is very valuable, and I'm sure that you're being pulled all over because I see your gig list. I see that everyone wants a piece of Neshama and Menachem, and I'm so grateful that you made some time for us this evening to come and share your music with our community. If you haven't already, and I'm talking to all of you on YouTube, on Facebook, wherever you're watching this, go to Neshama's website, neshamacarlebach.com, and download her latest album, Believe. There is a reason, and a very good reason, why it is winning so many awards, including being nominated 4 times and winning the Independent Music Award in the adult contemporary genre. Please visit her website, buy a CD, buy one of her really cool Believe t-shirts, which are on there as well, and just buy all of her merchandise. Just go in and sell her out of everything. Let's just do that. We hope that once this pandemic is over, that we can have Neshama and Menachem come to our sanctuary, and we look forward to welcoming you guys actually in person. For all of you watching, we will continue our Rock On with Our Socks On concert series next week on Wednesday, May 13th, with our 6th concert featuring our very own song leader, Jonathan Marks, back at our normal time of 7:30. Menachem and Neshama, thank you. Happy anniversary. How about that? I didn't forget that. And for all of you watching, I pray that this concert has lifted your spirits, filled your home with love, and has given you a perma-smile on your face, a perma-smile. Hug your family, hug your roommate, hug your dog, or hug yourself. Olam chesed yibaneh. Let's continue to build this world on love. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.